Well, on Wednesday nights and throughout the Sunday morning services that I go to and everything, it's just kind of nice having a pastor he's not too old yet, he's around 20, and it's just nice having someone that knows what it's like and kind of fresh out of high school and fresh in the world that knows exactly what it's like to be young and in a world full of sin and everything like that. So it's really easy to relate and connect with Pastor Scott. He's a very, very great teacher on Wednesday nights and through his sermons and everything. And I've learned a lot about everything we talk about on Wednesday nights, and I take away a lot from his sermons, and he really inspires us to be better than what this world's opinions are on what we're supposed to be.
I've learned that he's just a fun-loving guy, and even during that fun-loving, he has this huge passion for the Lord. And one other thing, I've learned that he has a huge love for food. Sorry to add that in, Pastor Scott. He's just an awesome guy, and I hope he has an awesome time in Ukraine.
I've learned a lot of things from Pastor Scott. Learned more about friendships, relationships, a lot of stuff that even I can't remember. But he is really fun to learn with, and he's made it that way. He's able to connect with some topics with stories that are really funny. I really enjoy. And I respect him for that, and I really like him for that. I learned a lot from him. I learned more about the Bible than I ever did.
Pastor Scott has influenced me just by how he is always himself. He's always trying to have fun or be a part of the group as a whole, or trying to kind of help more people come into the group as well. He's always in a really upbeat mood, always trying to just kind of be with everyone and get everyone involved in everything. And it's just kind of really nice to have someone like that and to be inspired by them to also do that.
Well, whenever we go on youth outings where we go places or on Wednesday nights, Scott always makes the night way more fun than it would be if he wasn't there, because it always brightens up everyone's attitude while they're there and is always having a good time and making everyone else having a good time. The one memory that kind of sticks out to me where we were having a really good time and Pastor Scott just kind of made me laugh is when we were in Colorado and we went whitewater rafting. We were supposed to get back for our final devotion and sermon all together as a group around like 6 or 7, and the whitewater rafting took a lot longer than expected, and we all wanted to go back to our rooms and change and get something to eat before we went, but since we got back so late, Pastor Scott got upset that we wanted to, not really upset, he was just kind of stern on us not going back and changing after we've been all wet and hungry and out in the sun all day and sunburnt. He made us go to the session at the end of the night, which was like 3 hours long, and we were all starving and tired from the day. And the part that made me laugh about that is I'm a pretty big dude and we got pretty hungry. And I know Pastor Scott is a pretty big dude and he was pretty hungry because we were going on about 12 hours that we probably hadn't eaten. So it's pretty funny because Pastor Scott said that he would treat us all to a pizza party when I think it was kind of more him that wanted the pizza party than all of us.
My favorite memory of Pastor Scott is when we were at Choir the Fire, and my brother Dwayne gave him a little piggyback ride. And in the process, they almost took out the whole entire backdrop. The first time, it failed. The second time, both Pastor Scott and Dwayne had to just this big grin on their faces. That was just a cool memory.
But I remember we were on our way to Acquire the Fire that was in Des Moines, and we came up with this great idea to memorize a song from a really good movie. It was Everything is Awesome from the Lego movie, and oh my goodness, it was really, really funny. On how we just completely memorized the song on the way there. Like, we would play it nonstop. I still got it stuck in my head. It was really fun time. So, yeah.
Just like how competitive he is, how we always, every game that we've almost always played, either or as a group, he's always trying to do more, compete more out of everyone else. Even with like games like kickball or with spoons or games like in Colorado or even like the Oreo game and things like that when you'd eat the Oreos. He's just always trying to be bigger or do more than everyone else, and it's always just kind of been fun to watch him do that. A couple weekends ago, Pastor Scott came down to our lake house, and one of the days when it was really nice out, we decided to play this beanbag game. Pastor Scott and I were on a team, and we must have played 7 or 8 rounds of the game, and we won every single one but one, and I didn't do good at the game at all, but every single time Scott made sure that we'd catch up to the people and win, so that was a fun game to watch him.
Well, it's definitely going to be hard. Everyone here is definitely going to miss you because you've had such an impact on everyone that goes to church here, and everyone here loves you, and we're all going to miss you, and we wish you the best of luck. But we all know that you'll do great things over in Ukraine and make an impact on everyone there and do God's work over there in a great way, just like you have done here. And I just wish you the best and hope that you have a great time over there. We definitely have to get one more Taco Bell breakfast in before you go. So we'll work on that before you go.
My final thoughts are for Pastor Scott is to just, even though he's in a very dangerous place, try to be yourself, and also just keep thinking about the Lord, which I know you are. I hope you have an awesome time in Ukraine, and I will miss you a lot.
First thing, you better have a good time down there in Ukraine. Or I'm not even sure what I'm going to do. But you better have a good time. Second, stay safe. I'm going to pray for you, but I want you to stay safe no matter what. Because I know what's going down there, but you got to stay safe. And number 3, I hope you are able to touch lives and hearts with the power of Christ, and with you helping them in giving them wheelchairs and just hope. That's the main thing you're bringing down there with Christ and the Bible down there, where it's very tragic and people gets hurt and get killed. So I just really hope you stay safe, do good, and do everything in Jesus.
Just that I'm going to miss him a lot, and his humor and how he's always trying to make a joke or make people laugh, or always just kind of trying to be the outgoing one or keeping the conversation going. And I'm just really going to miss that, because that's always a nice thing to have around when you don't know what to talk about. And I just kind of really hope that he'll have a really good experience in Ukraine, and that what God has called him to do, he will really exceed in that, and that he will find that that is what God has really just kind of pushed for him to do. We'll miss you, Pastor Scott.
exactly me. Yeah, I'm gonna be the only one to fail.
Great shake, all right? So let's get it going, guys. Don't. The system is down. The system is down. The system is down. Down. Systems restored. Everybody, do the Drake shake. The system is down. The system is down. The system is down. Systems restored. Everyone, do the Drake shake.